So we're just over 5 weeks post-op, and actually something really cool is happening. For those who are new to the channel, I lost 158 pounds in a year and had a bunch of loose skin to deal with, which is why I got my loose skin removed here, and I actually got my chest done as well. And it's very cool actually, because I'm getting to the point where I'm actually forgetting already that I had the surgery. Like, I can lay perfectly flat in bed, and it feels obviously a little tight, but it feels good tight, which is hard to explain, I guess, to somebody who's never had loose skin. But if you have loose skin, you can probably imagine how great that would feel. But the craziest thing is that I sneezed this morning, and I was bracing for it. I was ready. I was like, it's because sneezing can cause an absolute existential crisis at first. But I sneezed, and I was like ready for the pain, and then nothing. I was like, oh my God, we're past the stage. Thank God. And I feel like I've always given myself a 90-day prep period into the next one, but we're actually only 78 days left until my next surgery, which is going to be my back. So today we're going to talk about that, what that's going to look like. But before we do that, I have to meal prep. And I have to say that one of the things that bugs me is when people tell me, oh, I don't have time to meal prep. It doesn't take long. People just tend to try to be too fancy with their meal prep, when it really doesn't have to be. And I say that very well knowingly that I can prep these 2 packs of chicken and this whole tube of ground turkey ready to cook in under 10 minutes. You guys are about to see how completely and utterly unhinged I am with my meal prep techniques. These are the tools of choice. For the ground turkey roll, cut it in half. One half I put aside, and the other one, a freezable Ziploc bag. I got this technique down when I had to prep 5 of these at a time. So all you do is you just grab it by the end and you squish it in, and then you put your hand on the edge and you just pull. And then the whole thing comes out like a tube of toothpaste. And then it is as simple as closing it almost all the way and spreading it across the bag to be a flat, almost brick pallet type thing, which makes it super easy to just throw this in the freezer, good to go. For the second half, and this is when you guys are gonna call me completely unhinged, I spray the bottom of the air fryer, and this is the crazy part. What I do is I take the whole thing and I just throw it right in the air fryer. To make sure your hands don't stick, you just wet your hands, and then I straight up just flatten this out so it covers the entire bottom. Now that you have your absolute slob of meat sitting in there, throw on a little bit of seasoning. Yes, I know I need a salt shaker. The last one broke, don't judge me. To be honest, I don't even know usually what I season with. I just throw random stuff and hope that it doesn't taste bad. But I'm pretty sure my taste buds are dead anyways, so that is not a problem. And then boom, there you go. This was under 5 minutes. And that's gonna be enough meat for the next 3 days. Next up, we got the chicken. For the chicken, it's very simple. You get that little piece of fat off the corner, cut it off quick. You should probably get a garbage bowl. Take your fork, grab the little tendon that's sticking out of the fillet, jam it at the end, pull through. It's one done. Whoa. If you're in a super big rush for whatever reason, you just rip off the fillet and then you're just doing the breast itself. You only get the fillets though if you get them at Costco, because if you usually go to Walmart or something, it comes without it, which is a huge jip on the price, by the way. At the same time, I would obviously have like a rice cooker going and stuff to make all the rice, but even though right now I still have a bunch of those minute rice cups. And the problem with the minute rice over the normal rice is the simple fact that the minute rice cups will come cooked in a lot of oil. So the calorie count is actually going to be quite higher than if you were to just cook your own rice. So they're good in a pinch, but if you are very accurate with calculating your food, then not as optimal. 32 years old. 1 pack done. There we go. That was 10 minutes and 20 seconds for both of these packs of chicken. So for a total of, it was like, what, 15 minutes to do everything? And next I'm just gonna season these. And honestly, I'm just gonna let them sit in there until tomorrow, in the fridge, of course, where it's just gonna like soak in all the flavors. And tomorrow when I barbecue, this is gonna be insane. But I'm gonna eat quick, and then we're gonna talk about the next surgery. What's to come, what it's gonna look like, and I'll give you guys some estimates of to where my scar is going to be. Because I'm actually really, because I actually really enjoy guessing. Because last time I was like completely way off. Now we're going to talk about the next surgery. By the way, I've totally been slacking. It is 8:16, which means that this video goes out in 44 minutes. Oh boy, and I haven't even made a thumbnail for it yet. But to give you an idea, so I binged a bunch of content yesterday of different surgery videos for back lifts, and although mine's gonna be a little bit different, the concept of them worked. So The reason why I have my angle so low to high is so we can get really nice and close and you can see a better idea of what's actually happening at the scar level. So as you can see here, the scar goes along the bottom here and then it creates my flank, right? But the next surgery is not going to start right here. The next surgery is actually going to most likely start around this area, right? So it's going to, so I'm assuming that at some place, and again, this is just guessing because the pre-op is actually scheduled to be on the 12th of December. So on the 12th, I'm going to be going to Raleigh and then meeting up with Dr. Law, of course, where he's going to do the actual drawings and stuff. So this is just my guess so that we can compare later to what the actual plan is. So I'm assuming that the cut will probably start around this area where it would actually do the opening, right? And the thing is that because he's going to be getting my back, right? This is where it gets interesting. Because he's going to be getting my back, the thing is that I have some loose skin down here, yes, but I also have some in this general area, which means that for him to be able to get the entirety of the loose skin around this section, I know that the scar won't be able to be fully concealed. And that's something that he told me in the past. So I'm assuming that what's going to happen is that he's going to start cutting here, get this entire flank gone, of course, which would do something like this to my waist, which is pretty cool to think about. And then the scar will have to almost go up a little bit here to be able to get all of this skin and all of this skin together. So I'm assuming that the scar is going to have to go up a little bit here and then form with where my Christmas tree is going to be during the rear lat spread. Which means that so it'll go around here, up, and then meet up here, where then he'll be able to grab all of this loose skin and meet everything together, which I think is actually going to lift up the skin from where my butt is, because I do have some loose skin at the bottom of my butt right here. I don't know if I can, well, I'll be able to show you guys, but you can see how just down here, it sort of like accumulates a bit. So by pulling up here, you can see how it pulls out the under glute skin as well, which is a pretty cool concept. But now to finish the video. So I came up with I came up with the final icon that I'm going to use for phase 2. The only thing is that I need help to figure out which one works better for the text underneath. So between these two icons, which one do you like best? Let me know in the comments. Just say right or left. Or say, yeah, right or left. And now that this part's done, I'm going to start messaging the Chinese manufacturers. We're going to start talking about material and get that going. But let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious to find out what y'all think about the icons. Crazy, I almost forgot to say it. And as always, let's change the world together.